All right, Bros and Brews, Robin Kahn, and we got the brew, we got the bros right here, and I'm actually feeling it a little bit.
Right here.
Yeah, out there,
All of it.
out there
All
in
of our
social
bros.
media land. I'm kind of feeling it a little bit. We've had a few.
It is a good beer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to look and see. I feel like this is an 8 or 9%.
Ooh, yeah.
By volume.
ABV.
Yes.
ABV.
Big ABV.
Yeah, I'm feeling like I wanna chill out in my lounge chair like my father used to do. Speaking of fathers.
Speaking of fathers.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk a little bit about. See, my parents, they lived in South Florida. So
Floridians.
Yeah, they're Floridians, and I've mentioned that in our first show 1. And my parents moved up here when we got married. Because they're my mom's expecting.
You and your wife got married.
Yeah, my wife and I got married. My parents moved up here from Florida. So and they both retired. So they've got a lot of time on their hands. God bless them. They're fun. They're awesome. They worked hard their whole life in Long Island. They did the grind, and now they're just enjoying life. So my pop plays golf, tennis, bowling, and my mom's in like 3 bowling leagues, maybe even 4.
Quite the athlete.
Yeah. So they do a lot on their spare time besides being at home. They do all this activities. But like when it's time for like meeting their son and their daughter-in-law for lunch.
Oh no.
Yeah. They're a little out there. They're a little, I would call them space cadets. So we pull in.
Just kind of
wife
lost
and
in
I,
their own world.
Yeah, lost in their own world, and they aren't afraid to show it. In the middle of a Zaxby's. It's crazy.
Chicken.
Yeah. So Conrad Senior, my pop.
Okay.
We see him standing there in the parking lot of Zaxby's when my wife and I pulls up. We pull up, about to park, and my wife's like, "Hey, what's your dad doing?" So she yells out the window, "Hey, Pop," and I'm like, "What the heck is he doing?" And he's like pacing back and forth, like he had lost his wallet, lost his keys,
So
something.
he's upset. He's visibly upset.
Yeah, he was visibly upset, right? So we get into Zaxby's. My mom finally comes in, and I'm like, "Hey, Pop, what happened out there? What's wrong?" So while they were waiting for Brittany and I to pull into the parking lot of Zaxby's, my mom takes off behind my pop's back and goes and shops at Silver Dollar without saying a word, saying nothing to my pop. So my pop's probably in mid-sentence, "Oh, Cora, I cannot wait to have lunch with my son and my daughter-in-law." And then he turns around
exactly
and mom's going, no. That's a very terrible Filipino accent.
I feel like that's stereotypical.
Right? It's stereotypical. And then she disappears. Who in the right mind does that? And my pop is so upset because, he doesn't want to be late. He's a little militant. So he doesn't want to be late to lunch. And he flips out on my mom in the middle of Zaxby's.
Wow.
That's how crazy my parents are, and I love you guys to death, but you guys are a little nuts.
I think that's a circle of life.
It is.
My pops,
Yeah.
I love him. Dad, I love you.
He loves you a lot.
Ray Rayburn, great guy, taught me a lot. I am who I am because of
your
much like
because
you,
of your
your
pop.
dad. I know
Sure.
total respect, but my
Yeah.
dad, very similarly, he's getting ready to retire himself.
Oh, good.
Put
Good
in
for him.
30 plus years with the state of Tennessee.
Oh,
been
yes.
a faithful employee.
Bam.
Proud of his career.
Yes.
But ready to hang it up, ready to go home, ready to live his life.
Yeah.
And, he's done with the whole 9 to 5er while actually he works the 9:30 p.m. to 5:30 a.m. But you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. That's a
So
lot.
when we moved from West Tennessee, as you guys
Sure.
know, I'm originally
Yeah.
from Memphis. We moved up here in the mid 90s because my dad did not like the city.
Okay.
And when
No
he was
city
a
life.
child, he had visited family up in the Smoky Mountains. They went to Gatlinburg on a family trip one time.
Yeah.
And the story is he vowed then, one day I'm going to take my family back. Well, he works for the state, the Department of Correction.
Yeah.
And they open up a prison in Mountain City. Next thing you know, he finally gets his wish and his dream of moving into and living in East Tennessee mountains,
Oh, wow.
the Appalachian Mountains.
Sure.
And since then, he's always enjoyed hiking. He's not been an avid hiker, but he enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And then he always talked about wanting to hike the Appalachian Trail.
Yeah.
So fast forward several years now. I think we've been up here. Well, it was like 95, so
Sure.
it's been 20 some years, and he's going to retire.
Yeah.
And that's his big goal. You know,
To hike. Yeah.
to hike the Appalachian Trail. He knew that he was retiring about this time last year. He
Yeah.
knew that he was going to be retiring in January, February of 2018. So in, December 2016, January 2017 this year,
Yeah.
he starts planning, I'm going to hike the trail.
Oh, good. Good for him.
And
Good for him, right?
he's gotten remarried.
Yeah.
And so, well, that's what I thought. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm excited. But dude, and Dad, I love you.
He loves you.
Love you.
Rob loves you.
But I'm going to be real with you right
Yeah,
here.
be real.
You smoke like a freight train.
Ooh,
You
chimney stack.
do not exercise at all. Like, and I mean this in the most loving way possible.
Yeah, no disrespect.
But you're kind of sedentary. Like, I mean, he's active.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
he has a garden. He likes to go out in his wood shop, and he works with wood crafts.
Oh yeah, very handsy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But like, he's not like your parents, and like, he's not involved in sports.
Yeah.
He doesn't really move outside of a small area.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't do a lot of activities, which is good for him. He actually has a clean bill of health from the doctor.
Good for you, Ray.
Yeah. All
Nice.
that being said, I'm drawing this out. He and my stepmom,
Yeah.
a couple months ago, decided they're going to do kind of a trial run hike.
Yeah.
They're going to do a 3 to 4 day hike on the Appalachian Trail.
Ooh, wow.
So
Ooh,
he
that's not a
texted me-
trial. That's
Yeah, I know, right? Well, I
that's
mean, when you
pretty-
look, the trail is like, a 4-month hike normally, 4 to
Yeah.
5 months, and he's going to
Yeah.
do a 4-day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
small percentage.
He texted me on a Sunday, hey, we're leaving. This is where we're leaving from.
Yeah.
This is where we're going to end up at in X amount of days. I'm like, okay, see you then.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to hear from him until Wednesday. On Monday, he texts me. Well, he calls me first, but he's out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
so
so it's like
service
it's
is
splotty.
sketchy. Yeah, it's awful. So I can't really hear him. I just hear him like, hey, you do, yeah, and I'm like, what in the world? But automatically knowing that he's not supposed to be coming back for 3 more days,
Yeah,
I've
you
got
knew.
red flags going
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Radar was on. Oh,
So-
something's up.
yeah, so he's texting me. We're trying to text back and forth. Service is awful, but
Yeah. What
I
happened?
eventually get to the point
Mhm.
of he needs me
Oh, yeah.
to come rescue him
Oh,
and my
boy.
stepmom.
Wow. So
And-
you left work and you
I,
drove.
I left work, let my boss know, hey, not a real family emergency, but we got some stuff I got to
Hey,
take care
something's
of.
going on, so I gotta go.
I rushed to Carter County, which is where they were at,
Yeah.
Watauga Lake,
Yeah.
and I'm talking to him, and he's like, we're going to be there about 4:30. We're going to be at the trailhead 4:30. 4 o'clock rolls around. Hey, it's going to be closer to 6.
Oh.
What is going on? He still hasn't actually told me. I'm thinking he's broke a leg. They've been bit by a snake.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
mind is racing. I'm going
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah. You think all
bonkers.
these scenarios,
Yeah.
and you're like, whoa.
And so I actually decided, like, I can't take this anymore, and I start walking up. the
Sure.
mountain.
Yeah, you
I
got to
start
meet him
walking
halfway.
up, met him, caught up to him. He looked like he'd been in the Mojave Desert
Wow.
or something.
Wow.
And
like kind of Leonardo DiCaprio Revenant kind of look, or like
more
Yeah, no, that was-
like
that was kinda
Clint
winterish.
Eastwood in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
good, the bad,
yeah.
the ugly.
Oh,
just
gosh.
completely just like
wow, Ray. Hope
and-
you're okay.
Yeah, and he's good. He's good now. But he was exhausted.
Wow.
Heat had gotten to him, dehydrated. And he vowed that he told me when I found them, and he's
Yeah.
like, oh, excuse me, thank God you're here.
Yeah.
Please go get the car, meet us, et cetera, et cetera. I'm never hiking the Appalachian Trail again.
Wow. He overstepped his boundaries
He
a
absolutely
little
did.
bit.
And again, I'm just gonna end this with saying, Dad, I love you. And again,
He
I'm
loves
glad
you.
you're okay.
He loves you.
I'm happy that things went well.
Yeah.
But what were you thinking?
Oof.
What were you thinking going on a like 20, 30 mile hike
He
when
was-
I don't know if you've ever done more than 3 or 4 miles consecutively in years.
He was
So,
just trying to impress.
At the end of the day, I think we can both attest that we are both reaching that point in our life where our parents need us more than they need.
Yes.
They need us
Yes.
more than we need them.
Totally agree.
So-
Wow.
Wow. Well, if that's not enough to make you want to go refill your beer, we'll talk about moms next. No, I'm kidding. Definitely come back. We got one more segment. We hope you've enjoyed it so far. Definitely join us for the last segment, Bros and Brews, right here with Rob and Con. Got a little bit more to finish off. We'll see you then.